getting a little bit of the history behind what's happening. You can also catch up on shows you might have missed for free. You can find it all on Fire TV, Roku, LG, Xfinity X1, Xfinity Flex, and we're gonna launch even more platforms later this year. But one of the names I mentioned happens to be one of the biggest names in the world when it comes to streaming. Roku, I don't know if they invented it, but they certainly have reinvented it, because Roku makes it so simple, so easy to find the programs that we are looking for, and we are looking for them. It is so much fun to stream these shows now. I've never seen any kind of content like I'm watching now. It's fascinating, right? I mean, I've even got my guy Rich watching Grace and Frankie, for heaven's sakes. We found a show we can watch together. It is so much fun. But when it comes to different streaming services, there are big differences in them. This is the one you want. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's 4K. You can stream 4K with this. Not every one of them allows you to do that. And they have a remote control that is so simple and so easy to use. I absolutely love it. The other reason is because this is it, okay? It's a stick. So you don't have to hide some great big puck or anything else. But look at my price today, under $30, 5 flex payments. We're even doing free shipping and handling on this. Bill Duggan is joining us live via Skype. And Bill, when it comes to streaming, I don't know what you're watching right now, but I'm having so much fun. I mean, Bridgerton just finished that one, binged through that whole thing. I can hardly wait. I mean,
easy to find.
Rich is waiting on the next Yellowstone, of course, isn't everyone? But there's so many shows. You can only see these if you are streaming. I love on the remote that you take me right to Netflix with the button. You take me right to Apple TV, because oh my gosh, the morning show.
Yep.
Oh, that's been fun too. Oh my gosh.
And the thing is,
go
you're
ahead.
mentioning all these great titles, but what channel are they on? Long Gone is where we're just on those 4 major networks, right? So you mentioned Grace and Frankie just a second ago. I came over here and I typed in GR and I found Grace and Frankie. I mean, The Greatest Showman. There's nothing to watch anymore when you have Roku. And more importantly, it's easy to install, it's easy to find. That's why Roku is #1 out there for media streaming, because it is easy. Most importantly, everything that you need, from the batteries to the remote to the HDMI cable, are all included in the box. And this is the lowest we've ever been able to offer, 4K from Roku. So what does that 4K mean? If you have a fancy big screen TV like this one, and trust me, it's a smart TV, I just made it smarter and easier to find that content. Whether it was Grace and Frankie, Grease, someone's coming over to stay a weekend, a sports fan, a kid, you will have something for them to watch. And you know what, I used to actually have Roku just in my bedroom, because, this was a smart TV, but every time I wanted to find a show, I'd go in the bedroom and do the searching, because Roku makes the searching easier. So just by adding this to any television, whether it's the older TV or the newer TV, look what I'm walking away with. Sure, the Netflix and the Hulu, but do you have Apple TV? Do you have Disney Plus? You can now. And if you're thinking streaming is just all the old content, like Grease from 1978, which, by the way, I didn't know was that year, but it just told me. Now they have a lot more options. So you have more channels to choose from, but with all of these channels, you have free content. We all love free. You have original content, so it's stuff we haven't even seen before. And we even have live content, which is important, because a lot of us think, well, I still need my cable because I want my weather, I want my sports, I need my news. Boom. One example, Roku channel. So that's one of the many channels you have. You're gonna have original content. They're making new content that we haven't even seen before. So there's, again, new stuff to watch, and it's free. There's free content, which is great. A lot of people like to try the live content, because we do want to get our news. We do want to see what's going on in the world and sports and weather and all of that. Roku's made it easy for you to find it and easy to connect it. HSN is making it affordable, and it's the perfect time of year to try it. It's streaming season. Do you know some of the biggest shows are finally coming back, like Stranger Things? It's not on network television. No. It's on a streaming service.
I can't wait.
You need a Roku, and you'll enjoy it all summer.
You're gonna enjoy so much. They call it the golden age of television now, because, I mean, what's at the movies that you really care to pay, whatever, $20? I mean, you might, for a couple of people to go, that sale price, you are paying that, and that probably doesn't even include the drinks and the popcorn, okay, right? Because that's where they really get you. This is simple. The content is incredible. It is people sitting around talking about what they're streaming. In my lifetime, I have never heard of such a thing, Bill. I've never heard of anything like it because the content is so good. There is something for everyone. There are things for people together. When I leave, yeah, Yellowstone comes back on, but when I'm there, then Rich and I are having the best time watching Grace and Frankie. I mean, it's just fun to be able to connect, you know, with people that you care about and have something that's that entertaining and that affordable. But you buy this, you're done. You can choose whatever shows you want to buy. There may be charges on some of them. Some of them are absolutely free. Like if you have a subscription to Netflix, I think Grace and Frankie is absolutely free. So, I mean, this is why you do it. But you do it with one of the biggest names in streaming, and you do it today because we have it under $30 for your 4K version of your streaming player. 5 flex payments means you put $6 on your credit card. We're gonna ship it to you absolutely free, and you are good to go. You plug this in, and you're ready, and it's so simple. It is so easy. It's so funny because my neighbor, Catherine, always, every time she wants to stream something, then she'll call me and she goes, oh, I bought a new Roku. Can you come install it? I'm like, you know, you plug it in, right? And she's like,
yeah.
Well, can you show me how to plug it in? I'm like, okay, plug it in.
That's simple. And
so,
actually, I'll show
do you
guys
want
how
me to
plug
plug out? Should I plug in the toaster while I'm here too? I mean,
it is that simple because remember, everything you need, Alice, is right here in the box, from the batteries to even the HDMI cable. Because that's sometimes like, oh, I don't have the HDMI cable. I'm going to pause this over here. I'm watching Swimming with Children. It's a Roku original. This is just it. There's always something to watch. What's really cool about this size, though, they've had 4K out there before from Roku. It's been a bigger puck, which means it takes up more space on your credenza or on your dresser or wherever you put it. It is smaller. I just went away last weekend. We went to the hotel room. It took me 45 minutes to almost just find my favorite news program, or actually I just plugged this into the TV because that's what happens. I plugged it into the TV. I knew where my Apple TV was, my HSN was, which was great. So this TV, maybe this is that older television, maybe it's the TV in the guest room and hasn't been getting used much. So fine, I come back here, I plug in my Roku, the cords are included, everything you need to charge it up to boom, and all of a sudden this TV that was not getting used a lot, or maybe is at the cabin or is going off with the kids to, you know, college or the apartment, now has Roku. And it's not just any Roku, because Rokus aren't even created equal. This has the 4K content, this has Apple TV, Disney Plus, and that's where I didn't go and buy a new television, because trust me, that's a lot more expensive than just adding Roku to anywhere. And if this is maybe the gift for the graduate going off to college, let mom and dad worry about them, you know, having their toiletries and a towel. But this is something that they can enjoy and upgrade any television. Remember, this is the little screen in the home office or the guest room, or maybe it's downstairs where the kids are going to hang out all summer, or I can put it on the big screen TV. That's why it's just a perfect time to get it home, and it is streaming season because, you know, we have company coming over. What are they going to want to watch? Do I have something for them? There is always something for you here on Roku. You saw how easy it was to set up. Great. That problem's taken care of. But then trying to find stuff. You talked about your friend. My mom would call me and be like, which movie is that? Where do I find that Queen Crown TV show? I'm like, oh, and you know, she's used to her 4 channels. I'm like, well, Mom, she actually used to go over to my sister's house to watch those things. I'm like, Mom, you can come right over here. You go to Roku. You can see the tiles. They make it very visual, very easy. You can easily type it in too if you'd like. Leslie Machado, a show host at HSN, she says she likes to watch Fred Astaire movies with her dad. How many of us have a library of Fred Astaire movies, or what channel is it on, what time's that movie? You can come down here and type in by actor, by name, by whatever, and I think I have it right over here, Fred Astaire. Boom. It did the finding, found all of these great movies from back in the 30s, which is great. So found that content, which was easy. And then we were also talking about some other movies. Actually, you talk about going to the movie theater. So I haven't gone in a little while. I wanted to see the movie The Lost City, right? So I was like, wait a second, let me check and see if it's on Roku. It's probably streaming somewhere. So I go over here, found The Lost City. It is already streaming. I don't even have to leave the house. It's done the shopping for me, which is great. And I know one of your summertime favorites is Bottle Shock. Is that right,
It
Alice?
is. I love that. I love
Can't
that
go
movie.
wrong. The subject is great. It's about wine, everybody. It's awesome. But where is it? Actually, Alice, do you remember the days where we go to the movie video store? I'm like, oh, I hope they have Bottle Shock. I've been waiting for it. Let's hope it's in. It's always in on your Roku.
It's always in.
And it's right there. And it actually did the shopping for me where it's free. It's free. It's free. Who doesn't love free?
I love free. I love free.
Right.
You will love your Roku, but you will love it so much, under $30. And again, this is all you need to do your streaming. This is it. If you want a couple of them, then use that flex payment. Use the free shipping and handling. How nice to be able to get it delivered absolutely free. But when it comes to streaming, Roku, one of the biggest names in the world when it comes to streaming. And not all Rokus are created equal. So you want the one that does the 4K. That's very important. And the way that they can now pull up and just find everything you want. I love that there are dedicated buttons for Netflix, for Apple TV, for Disney, for Hulu. Just push it. You're there. You don't have to go searching for it on your smart TV, which, you know, smart TVs can sometimes make you feel a little stupid.